Everyone in life is chasing something. Some chase money, some chase success, and some just chase peace. But what if I told you that sometimes the more we chase happiness, the further it runs from us? This is the story of three brothers. Each of them searched for happiness in their own way, but only one of them truly found it. Once upon a time, in a small town surrounded by green hills, lived three brothers, Ethan, Mark, and Ryan. They had lost their parents young and grew up depending on each other. They all promised that one day they would live a happy life, no matter what it takes. But as they grew older, that same promise started to mean something very different to each of them. Ethan, the eldest, believed happiness came from money. He said, "If I can earn enough, I'll never have to worry again." Mark, the middle brother, believed happiness came from fame. He said, "If people admire me, I'll finally feel like I matter." And Ryan, the youngest, didn't really know what happiness was. He just said softly, "I think I'll figure it out someday." Years passed. Ethan worked day and night. He became a successful businessman. Expensive cars, big house, fancy suits. But his smile had faded, because the more he earned, the more he feared losing it. Mark, on the other hand, became an influencer. His face was everywhere, on billboards, magazines, and screens. People shouted his name wherever he went. But deep inside, he felt alone. Every like gave him joy for a moment, and then left him emptier than before. And Ryan, the youngest, he took a different path. He didn't chase money or fame. He worked as a school teacher. He didn't earn much, and nobody really knew him. But if you saw him walking to school every morning, you'd notice something rare on his face: a calm smile. One evening, after years apart, the three brothers met at their old family home. Ethan arrived in a luxury car. Mark came with a camera crew. And Ryan came with a small bag of books and a loaf of bread. They sat down at the old dinner table, the same one their parents used to sit around. Ethan laughed. "Remember when we used to eat soup here every night? I'd trade a $1,000 wheel just to taste that again." Mark nodded. "Yeah, back then, I didn't even know what fame was, but I was happy." Ryan smiled. "Maybe that's because we didn't chase happiness back then. We just lived it." The room fell silent. Ethan leaned back, exhausted. "I've built everything I ever dreamed of, but I feel nothing inside." Mark looked down. "Me too. Everyone knows my name, but I don't even know myself anymore." Ryan quietly placed his small bag on the table. He pulled out 3 sandwiches, simple, homemade. He said, "Do you know why I made these? Because happiness isn't found in what we have, it's found in what we share." They ate together, in silence. For the first time in years, there were no phones, no stress, no business talk, just laughter, stories, and warmth. That night, something changed in Ethan and Mark. It was as if the old, forgotten feeling of peace had returned, even if just for a moment. The next morning, Ethan woke up early. He stood outside, watching the sunrise. He realized he had been living for someday, always waiting for happiness to arrive after he achieved something. But Ryan, he lived for today. Mark put down his phone for the first time in months. He took a deep breath and smiled. "I forgot how good silence feels," he said. Before leaving, Ethan asked Ryan, "Tell me your secret. How did you find happiness when we couldn't?" Ryan smiled softly. "It's simple.
I stopped searching for it. Happiness isn't a destination, it's a way of walking through life. He continued, when I teach my students, I see their eyes light up, and that makes me happy. When I help a neighbor, or share a meal, or just watch the rain, that makes me happy. It's not about having more, it's about needing less. Ethan and Mark looked at each other. For years, they had been running, chasing after something that was never meant to be chased. And in that quiet morning light, they finally understood. Happiness was never out there. It was always here, inside them.
Sometimes we think happiness will come when life becomes perfect, when we have more money, more success, more approval. But the truth, happiness is found in the small, ordinary moments, in kindness, in gratitude, in peace. So maybe stop chasing happiness. Start living it. Because like Ryan said, it's not about having everything. It's about finding joy in the little things you already have. And that was the story of three brothers and the secret to happiness we all keep forgetting.